It's a little early in the day for mysteries, isn't it, Massimo?
I did not call this meeting. Ridge did.
You taking orders from the dressmaker now?
No, he's got some kind of announcement to make.
About Spectra Fashions?
I assume.
What am I doing here?
You've got to learn that Maroney Industries is more than shipping.
Sales reports, printout sheets. That's not my thing, you know that.
Yeah, well, it might be one day. So if I were you, I'd just listen up.
Listen to what? Come on, Massimo. I don't like surprises any more than I like mysteries. So, if there's something going on here, if there's some kind of problem, I want to know what it is.
All right, I believe everybody's here. Let's get this party started.
Ridge, wait.
Wait, it's a little late to be changing your mind now.
No, I'm not. It's just...
Just that you want to thank me again?
You're lucky I'm even talking to you.
I am the luckiest guy in the world, is what I am.
We're going to need every bit of that luck to pitch this plan to Massimo and Sally.
Hey, the decision's already been made.
We're going into business together.
That's right. That's right, we are. Boss.
I don't think they're going to share that same enthusiasm.
Well, they should. I mean, with my creativity in your direction, Logan Designs is going to be the hottest name in the industry.
But first, we have to get Spectra off that marquee.
Right. But first, before that, we need to do this.
So we get to tell our side to adjourn.
We're presenting our petition to a family court judge.
And he'll rule on the adoption.
Probably by the end of the day.
So you think it looks good?
I've told you before, the odds are not in our favor.
That's because of me.
And I told you before, Amber and I will be adopting Eric together.
Which is why your decorum today is absolutely crucial.
Don't worry. I know what's at stake and I'm not gonna blow it.
Hey,
you think,
look
ladies?
nice.
Responsible enough for you?
Oh, listen, it's not just about the clothes, Deacon. The judge is going to be watching you very closely today.
It's no problem.
He may ask you some difficult questions
What kind of questions?
about your pasts, about your drinking. I want you to be as honest as you can.
You want us to be honest even if it makes us look bad?
You'll only look bad if you're ashamed to talk about it.
We're not ashamed.
Well, good, because your attitude is going to be key.
Well, the only thing that should be key here is the fact that I'm little Dee's biological father.
Yes, but Amber and Rick are going to make a passionate plea for adoption. I mean, he's been living with them. They've provided him a loving family, a stable home.
We can provide that too.
And that's exactly what I'm going to tell the judge. But it's up to you and Deacon to prove it.
Okay.
Here you go, Sally.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Ah, well, it's about time you showed up.
It's made my day.
All right, Ridge. Do you mind telling us what we're all doing here?
No, Sally? I don't mind at all.
I don't want you to be nervous. Now, the burden is on Rick and Amber to make their case.
Well, that puts us on the defensive.
Well, I presented the judge with a copy of your wedding video, and I think that, along with Amber's criminal record, could be pretty damning.
Are we actually allowed to do that?
Well, Amber knew that the event was being recorded. She has no expectation of privacy.
Well, if that video is admissible, that's great. She is on tape accusing us of trying to steal her son.
And she physically attacked you in front of a dozen witnesses. Now, we have affidavits from most of them.
Well, there you go. That's a point for us then.
Well, I wouldn't start taking score just yet.
But you do feel confident.
We'll know more once the hearing gets started.
Okay, all right, let's do this.
I have to warn you, the judge is aware of Amber's criminal record.
Well, that's not going to matter much once we speak with him.
The court is not obligated to hear your testimony. If the judge feels that he has enough information to make a ruling, he can.
He's never even met us.
Okay, look, honey, we're Eric's parents. We've been raising him since he was a baby. The judge is not going to take him away from us now. Hey, buddy, are you ready to go?
Yeah. Ah, hey, Munchkin, come here. Come here. You know what? Mommy and Daddy have a very important meeting today, so Marta's gonna take you to school, okay? But we will be back to pick you up, okay?
Could Tommy come over?
Oh, honey, I don't think today. You might be going to Deacon's today.
No.
You don't want to go to Deacon's?
I want to go swimming with Tommy.
But I thought you liked Deacon and Cuckoo.
I do.
Well, then what is it, honey?
I want to play here.
You know what? You don't have to go anywhere you don't want to, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I love you, Mama.
Oh, I love you too, baby.
All right, buddy. You be good, okay? All right, give me a hug. I love you, pal. All right, you get going.
Hi, honey.
Once the adoption is final, no one will be able to take Eric away from us ever again.
First of all, I want to tell you how much I've enjoyed my connection with Spectra Fashions.
Wait a minute. Stop the car. That sounds like some kind of farewell address. What's going on here? Massimo, did you convince Ridge to devote all of his focus and attention to Maroney Industries exclusively? Come on, Ridge. What's going on? Are you quitting?
No, Sally, calm down. I'm not quitting. I wouldn't dream of it. Especially not since this company is so close to an amazing transformation right now.
I was not aware of any changes, Rich.
Well, I had to act fast, I'm afraid. Finding an executive of this caliber to run our business.
What are you talking about? I run this business.
And you've done an amazing job, Sally. An amazing job. But now, to take this company to the next step, we need an executive that's had success at an international level.
Please, enough with the buttons and the bows, huh? Told you I didn't have to be here.
You're talking about hiring a new CEO.
I am talking about making this fashion house one of Maroney Industries' most visible and lucrative subsidiaries. There's only one person who can do that.
No!
I think we can skip the introductions. I believe you all know each other.
Deacon, relax, okay?
Macy, everything is riding on this hearing. If we're not able to convince this judge...
That's Rick and Amber's problem. Honey, you're little Dee's father. And once this is over, you're gonna be the one bringing him home.
So...
sit down, okay?
Deacon, the judge will be here any minute, and he'll want to get started.
Amber and Rick aren't here yet.
Well, it won't look good if they're late, certainly.
They got here early. What if they already talked to the judge?
No, they're not allowed to discuss the case before the hearing.
Yeah, well, they can still make an impression. I mean, look at them. Deacon's wearing a suit.
What the hell are they whispering about?
I don't know, honey, but don't worry, we're not fighting them.
I know. We're fighting for little D. I know.
Morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Your Honor, please be seated. While the reporter sets up, I'd just like to say off the record that it's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Alexander. I'm a big fan of your music.
Thank you, but it's Mrs. Sharp now.
Well, congratulations to both of you. We're ready. Judge Cunningham ruling on a petition for adoption of Eric Forrester III, filed by Eric Forrester Jr. and Ambrosia Forrester, contested by Deacon Sharp, the biological father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Correct, Your Honor.
As all parties are present and represented by counsel, we may begin. I've reviewed your petition and your objections. It's clear both parties feel very strongly about this case, which makes my decision in this matter all the more difficult.
He's already made a decision.
Eric Forrester III is a very fortunate little boy. He has two sets of loving parents who both want to take care of him. Unfortunately for me, I have to choose between them.
Ridge, you can't be serious.
You want Brooke to run Spectra? All right. Everyone, calm down, because I'm sure that Ridge has a logical explanation for this.
Oh, I do. I want Brooke to run this business.
Absolutely not.
This is a sound business decision.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's all about her, isn't it? It's about her and Macy. She's trying to get back at Macy.
No,
Trying to
Sally.
take revenge on her.
Oh, stop. Listen to me, Sally. Whatever personal issue you might have with Brooke, you've got to know she's one of the best executives in this business. Come on. If we didn't snatch her up, somebody else would have.
Fine. Let them. They're welcome to her. But let me make one thing very, very clear. This woman is never going to get her hands on Spectra Fashions.
That brings us to the next order of business, then. Given Brooke's cachet in the business and her contribution she'll be making to this company, I think we should change its name to Logan Designs.
Oh, God. What the hell are you doing, Ridge?
I'm guaranteeing this company has its full potential achieved here.
You're giving this company to Sally's worst enemy.
Sally, I know this is a shock.
It is not a shock. It is a sacrilege.
You're welcome to stay on here. And so are you, Clarke, if you want.
We could talk about it.
Listen, lady, I would rather make a living trying to sell ice cubes to Eskimos on straight commission rather than do any kind of business with you. Now, I don't care what Ridge has been telling you. This is nothing but a travesty. It's a bum joke, and it's not gonna happen.
I've reviewed all the documents in this case. I understand the Forresters have been acting as Eric's parents since his birth.
Are his parents?
Yes, that's true, Your Honor.
But, Your Honor, as we pointed out in our brief, Mr. and Mrs. Sharp are able to provide the child with an equally stable and loving home.
Yes, both parties have presented very strong arguments in their favor. But as you know, the state of California gives the rights of biological parents a great deal of weight. However, the extenuating circumstances of this petition make it somewhat more complicated. Now, it's not my job to decide who's made the stronger argument, but ultimately what's in the best interest of the child.
Well, that's what we want too.
That's exactly what we want, Your Honor.
Well, this proceeding should go very smoothly. This is a closed hearing, but you're bound by the same rules that apply in the courtroom. You will answer each question directly and honestly. Your attorneys may offer advice, but I will be the one conducting the examination. Mrs. Forrester,
Yes, sir.
do you have something to say?
Me?
Well, I don't think I've ever read as many affidavits regarding an adoption petition. Perhaps you can clear up some of the conflicting information I've been given.
Judge, my client would be happy to make her case for adoption, but she can only speak for herself.
Of course. I'd like to hear from each of you before I make my ruling. But I have some questions for Mrs. Forrester first.
Have you lost your marbles, Ridge?
Sally, you really need to look at this from a business standpoint.
Business? What kind of business would that be? Monkey business? You voted out Malibu Barbie over here. You got rid of her at Forrester Creations. And now you want to hand her my company as some kind of booby prize?
She's one of the most qualified, successful CEOs in this business. She's done a hell of a lot for Forrester Creations, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, rip your family apart.
And now you want to turn her loose on my family? This is an outrage.
Logan Designs. When did this happen?
Last night?
Is that why you didn't want me to stay? You and Forrester have a little business meeting?
No. Rich just stopped by. He sprang it on me. This is a great opportunity for me, don't you think? Nick?
I don't give a damn what the buyout clause in my contract says. You cannot do this.
If Brooke and I don't start a company here, we're going to start it somewhere else.
Fine. Be my guest. But be careful not to let the door hit you on your way out.
Ridge is the lead designer here.
Clarke Garrison was lead designer for a lot of years before you ever showed up here, Ridge. He was very successful at it, and he can do it again.
Sally, please try and understand. No one is trying to drive you out of the company.
I offered to let them stay.
Oh, really? Well, why don't you save that sweet charity for somebody who is out there begging for it, okay? Spectra Fashions was doing pretty well before Ridge ever showed up here, and it's going to be doing pretty well long after he's gone.
But Sally, we can't be all we can be that way. With Brooke here, there's no limit to what we can accomplish.
There is no limit to your insanity if you think I am just going to give in and give up. I can't do that. Spectra Fashions is my company. I made it. I started it. It started from nowhere. I built it up, and I made it a very, very powerful company, just like Eric did with Forrester Creations. But I swear, I will burn it to the ground myself before I will allow this vulture to sit behind my desk.
Sally, we're not finished here. Come on.
Oh, yes, we are. Come on, Clarke. We are going.
I'll be right there. I know, she's upset now, but talent likes to work with talent. Things can be worked out. So. Oh my God.
Sally.
Oh my God, Clarke. I think she's having another heart attack.
Someone call 911.
Hear me?
Sally, my God, Sally. When did this happen last?
A few months ago.